Color guard attention. Audience, please rise. Color guard advance. Color guard present the colors. Those not in uniform, place your right hand over your heart. Scouts, salute the flag. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United
States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
2. Color guard post the flag. Color guard salute. Color guard reform. Color guard retreat. Audience, you may be seated.
We will now sing the hymn Shinjin no Eiko on page 56 and 57 of the Blue Prayer Book. Shinjin no Eiko. We'll sing the first verse in Japanese, then the first verse in English. Can everyone please rise? Page 56 and 57. Thank you. You may now be seated. Solemn greetings. Haide, a bow, 4 claps, followed by another bow. This solemn salutation marks the beginning of our prayers as we focus our hearts toward Kami, the divine parent of the universe. Ichido, haide. Please turn to page 2 of the prayer book, page 2 for the mediation prayer. Mediation prayer. Let us seek the sacred mediation of Ikigami Konko Daijin sincerely and wholeheartedly each and every day. May we receive the mediation anew with all our hearts and souls on this day, this very moment. Ikigami Konko Daijin Sama, Ikigami Konko Daijin Sama, Ikigami Konko Daijin Sama, Ikigami Konko Daijin Sama. Purification prayer. Through the way of mediation, may our sincere apologies be acceptable to you, our divine parent. We acknowledge our mistakes and misunderstandings, arrogance and ignorance of your divine favor. We apologize for all our shortcomings and irreverences from past generations. Guide us to amend our way of living, to reflect your divine will, with a pure, joyful, and loving heart, always one with you. Onusa Yoji, purification rite. Let us all bow our heads. Let us purify our mind, body, and spirit by letting go of our negative thoughts and emotions. Thank you. Let us wholeheartedly feel Kami-sama's blessings. Presentation of offerings, Kensen at the main altar, followed by the ancestral altar. Candles, flowers, and Gogembi envelope offerings are presented to the Divine Parent at the main altar as expressions of our sincere gratitude for all the divine blessings we receive each moment of our precious life. Candle and flower offerings are presented to the Mitama spirit of the late Reverend Shinko Fukuda at the ancestral altar in gratitude for all her nurturance, love, and support and guidance. Please turn to page 3 for the Kami prayer, page 3. Kami prayer. Reverently we pray. The brilliance of heaven, the richness of earth, time flows without cease, years pass without end. In heaven and earth is a life that nurtures all.
In heaven and earth is a truth that orders all. For this wondrous form, for these wondrous works, let us praise Tenchi Kane no Kami. Let us praise the divine parent of the universe. Kami loves and cares for all humanity, all those who live between heaven and earth. To revere Kami as a divine parent, to live in Kami's infinite blessings, this is the way. Yet many, not knowing the way, are lost in greed and selfishness. They suffer the cycle of misfortunes. Great is Kami's sorrow. Our founding father, Konko Daijin, suffered many trials in this world, but held fast to faith and sincerity. He received Kami's great blessing and began the life of mutual fulfillment of Kami and humanity.
Humbly we pray. The
The
divine parent's great wish was thus fulfilled.
Konko Daijin accepted the call to mediation that leads to the mutual benefit of Kami and humanity. By day he taught the way of faith to all who sought him, expounding the blessings of heaven and earth, and he knew not the coming of night. By night he prayed for those who grieved, seeking salvation for all who suffered, and he knew not the dawning of day. Though years passed and the world changed, he did not waver from his task, the divine task of mediation. Thus was given the sacred Tenchi Kakitsuke, the guiding principle for our daily life. The divine favor was thus renewed, and blessings flowed universally, establishing the way of eternal prosperity, the way of mediation of Ikigami Konko Daijin. By this wondrous revelation, we are given knowledge of the way. Through all the hardships of this world, through pain of body and soul, the way of mediation teaches us to turn our hearts to Kami, without regard for day or night, whether we are near or far. The way of mediation teaches us to pray with total trust. For living unaware of divine favor, we offer our sincere apologies and pledge to mend our ways. Let us live our faith every day, seeking and rejoicing in your divine favor. Let us care for those in pain and invite them to the way. Let us guide those who are lost and awaken them to a life of purpose. Kami is fulfilled in us. We are fulfilled in Kami. May this way of mutual fulfillment be manifested in this world. May Kami's wish for true peace and the well-being of all people be fulfilled. So we humbly pray, so we earnestly pray.
Saishi Sojo, pastoral prayer. Please be one with our head officiant as she offers the main prayer for this ceremony, to express deepest gratitude, apology, and humble requests on our behalf to the divine parent of the universe. Ichido, Katie, let us all bow our heads in prayer.
Ikigami Konko Daijin Sama Tenchi Kane no Kami Sama. Through our founder and divine mediator, Ikigami Konko Daijin, we offer our dearest and sincerest prayers to Tenchi Kane no Kami, our divine parent of the universe. On this pleasant spring day, here in the beautiful city of San Francisco, our hearts overflow with gratitude for mild climate, picturesque scenery in all directions, natural and man-made, from our bodies of water and signature hills to our unique multicultural architecture and multi-ethnic and culturally diverse inhabitants. The whole Bay Area connected by our distinctive bridges that span the peninsula, as well as the various technological devices to help us keep in touch. Dear Divine Parent Kami, your divine arrangements can be seen clearly with our hearts of sincerity, openness, and conscientiousness. We gather here in this sacred worship and mediation hall today, ministers, believers, scouts, and community members from as far as Japan, Hawaii, and Canada, to share our deepest gratitude for all the precious blessings and divine arrangements that we are allowed to receive and realize. With utmost respect and reverence in this 165th anniversary of the Konko Faith's birth, and the 210th year since the physical birth of our founder, Konko Daijin, I offer this Saishin main prayer on behalf of everyone present today and those praying from afar, including our parent church head minister, Reverend Masaru Hata of the Tokyo Church, for this Tenchi Kaino Kami Grand Ceremony, in conjunction with the 50th year spiritual birthday for our second head minister, Reverend Shinko Fukuda. Please bless today's service as we celebrate your divine unconditional love, deep benevolence, and divine mediation. Ikigami Konko Daijin's way of faith that lights the path for us to attain happiness and peace of mind. We thank you for our founder, Konko Daijin, our faith role model, who taught us the importance of reflection, taking responsibility, and to strive to improve ourselves rather than look outwards and blame others for unwanted outcomes and discontent. Through Konko Daijin's absolute faith in you, we are filled with hope and optimism that it is possible for an ordinary person to receive unlimited blessings, virtue, and come closer to you. We thank you for Konko Daijin's decision, after much thought, to accept the divine call and for his eternal Toritsugi mediation. We are humbled to know that as your children, our happiness is your fulfillment, and that you need us as we need you to attain mutual fulfillment. Dear Divine Parent Kami, we apologize for our irreverences, human limitations, and taking blessings for granted. We apologize for the times we lack appreciation, have doubts, fears, worries, and anger, times we knowingly but incorrectly choose unkindness over kindness and can be hurtful or selfish to others and our natural environment, resulting in poverty, injustices, famines, and wars. We are sorry for causing distress to others and ourselves, going against your divine will and teachings. Please accept our sincere prayers and various offerings lovingly placed upon your sacred altar, as well as the sacred dance in your honor and Reverend Shinko Fukuda, celebrating her 50th spiritual birthday today. Thank you for arranging for her to be our second head minister. Please continue to bless all people throughout the world, all your precious children without exception, especially those of us who are experiencing hardships, losses, and suffering. May we each develop a heart of unconditional love and compassion and take to heart the words in Kami prayer. Let us live our faith every day, seeking and rejoicing in your divine favor. Let us care for those in pain and invite them to the way. Let us guide those who are lost and awaken them to a life of purpose. Kami is fulfilled in us. We are fulfilled in Kami. May this way of mutual fulfillment be manifested in this world. May Kami's wish for true peace and the well-being of all people be fulfilled. Dear Divine Parent Kami, please allow each of us present today who came from near and far to return safely to our homes or temporary lodging, as well as all people throughout the world. May we create a joyful, peaceful, loving, harmonious world of Ayo Kakeo mutual fulfillment, one with you. Kigami Konko Daijin Sama Tenchi Kane no Kami Sama. Through our divine mediator Ikigami Konko Daijin, we sincerely pray to you, Tenchi Kane no Kami, our dear divine universal parent. We deeply love, revere, and thank you. Arigatou gozaimashita.
Noted, as you were. 最終玉串法典 offering of the sacred evergreen branch by the head officiant. The tamagoshi is a symbol of our true hearts and is offered to the divine parent. Officiating ministers, please turn towards the altar. 一度共に入れ。Offering of the sacred Tamaguchi branch by the presenters, Saburo Fukuda and Timothy Tim Yamamura. Please turn to page 6 for the recitation of the Tenchi Kakitsuke on page 6.
Tenchi Kakitsuke together. Hikigami Konko Daijin Tenchi Kane no Kami Isshin ni Negae Okage wa waga kokoro ni ari Kongetsu konnichi de tanome. Pray sincerely with all your heart. Be one with Kami. Kami's blessings begin within, hearts grateful and caring, in harmony and joy. Look to Kami always, now and forever. On this very day, pray.
Sacred Kibimai Dance by Miss Michelle Kuruma. This offering, presented by the Divine Parent Altar, represents our joy and appreciation for the countless divine blessings we have received from the Divine Parent. To our honor are also a second head minister, the late Reverend Shinko Fukuda.
Asahi.
Please turn to page 17 for the prayer for peace, page 17. Prayer for peace. Through our divine mediator to the divine parent of the universe, let us pray. As precious as our own lives are, so are the lives of all. You embrace us with your blessings, wanting us to help one another and live together in harmony. Yet when your wishes are ignored and selfish desires pursued, tears spread across the world. Your heart pains as people suffer, hurt by injustice, poverty, and war. Please accept our apologies as we strive to change our ways, to reflect your love in all we do. The peace of the world starts with peace in our hearts. Please grant us the courage and wisdom to see the goodness in all, to speak words of comfort and hope. Allow our actions to form a peaceful world where each is respected and fulfilled. Through your virtue and guidance, we pray with hearts as one, for all to live in peace and harmony, for all to live as one. Solemn acknowledgement. Jido Haire. Procession to the Mitama Ancestral Altar. Reizen ni Tenza. Solemn greetings. Ichido Haire. A bow, 4 sincere claps followed by another bow. With this solemn greeting, we direct our hearts and minds towards the Mitama ancestral spirit of the late Reverend Shinko Fukuda, second head minister of the Konko Church of San Francisco. Ichido Haire. Please turn to page 12 for the Mitama prayer, page 12. Mitama prayer. Spirits of those who have gone before us, you were given the gift of life in this vast and endless universe. You discharge your duties faithfully, each according to your span of years. You will be remembered eternally, your lives retold from generation to generation, honored as the foundation of our society and the roots of our families. Through the mysterious workings of Kami, you entered the Konko faith. You walked the way of Konko Daijin, respecting the will of the Divine Parent. You amassed great merit through your faith to take into the world beyond and leave to your descendants. Our gratitude is boundless for your loving favors.
We revere you as the ancestral spirits of our homes, our own divine spirits. We beseech you, stand by us, each and every one. Receive the favor of Kami, and help us to fulfill our tasks as people without failing. Protect us, guide us, enrich us, that we may never lose the way of faith, that we hand it down to all generations, that we may live in peace and prosperity within our homes. Protect us, guide us, enrich us.
Main prayer in celebration of the 50th spiritual birthday for Reverend Shinko Fukuda. We express our sincerest gratitude, love, and respect to the eternal spirit of the late Reverend Shinko Fukuda. Saishi Sojo. Ichido, Katie, let us all bow our heads in prayer.
Fukuda Shinko Sensei no Mitama no Kami, arigatou gozaimasu. Fukuda Shinko Sensei no Mitama no Kami, osewa ni narimasu. To the honorable and eternal virtues of dear Reverend Shinko Fukuda, today we are here before the sacred ancestral altar for your beloved Konko Church of San Francisco to celebrate your 50th year spiritual birthday. With this service held jointly with our spring grand ceremony for our divine parent of the universe, Tenchi Kane no Kami, we honor your exceptional life, revere your Mitama spirit, and express our love, devotion, and deep gratitude. Dear Shinko Sensei, half a century has now passed since you were deified as a Mitama ancestral spirit. Over these 5 decades, your family, the believers in San Francisco and throughout Japan and North America, have continued to express deep gratitude and sing your praises for all your tireless great work in touching countless lives with your heartwarming smile, generous heart, and uplifting spirit. With today's prayers and offerings, we thank you once again for your deep faith in Divine Parent Kami, fervent prayers, caring nature, and inexhaustible well of compassion. At this time, I normally provide a brief social history of your life. However, today, as a special offering, your third son, Saburo, together with Dr. Tim Yamamura, will give a heartfelt presentation honoring your precious life as the eldest child, as a wife and spiritual partner of the church's founding head minister, Reverend Yoshiaki Fukuda, as a mother to 7 children, of whom 4 of them, Yoshiro, Makiko, Michisuke, and in recent years, Nobusuke, and your daughters-in-law, Mutsuko and Adi, have all transitioned from their physical form and joined you and Fukuda Sensei in their spiritual form. Of course, Sab and Dr. Yamamura will also focus on your role as head minister, succeeding your dear husband. We hope you will be deeply pleased with their tribute, created in sincere gratitude. Shinko Sensei, we hope that you will continue to be at peace and have much comfort, knowing that the Fukuda family thrives with new generations of descendants who continue to carry on your deep Konko faith, making it their own, and receive your eternal virtues and community spirit. Within your lifetime, you remarkably fulfilled your duties as our church's spiritual mother, the first woman head minister of this church, and the first woman head minister among all of the Konko churches in North America. You are well respected among both men and women Konko ministers whom you've inspired. Many of them apologize for being unable to attend in person. Today, your nieces, daughters of your dear younger sister, Reverend Aiko Oba, and their spouses have joined us from Japan to be here to celebrate your life. Also, your nephews, Stephen Kimura and his daughter, son of your brother, Reverend Takeo Kimura, a few ministers from North America, as far east as Toronto by Reverend Toshiko Kishi, representing her husband and head minister, Reverend Takao Kishi, and as far west as Oahu, Hawaii, by head minister, Reverend Yasuhiro Yano, all made the long journey to celebrate your 50 years of spiritual life. Your warm, energetic spirit has always been a shining example of the Konko faith. Thank you for your 44 years of outreach efforts to all of Divine Parent Kami's children, that Kami arranged for you to meet in the San Francisco Bay Area and beyond. 17 years of which you served as our head minister, devoting yourself to Toritsugi mediation, this church, and the community. Although you served far less than a year in this church building because of your tragic fatal traffic accident in 1974, with your picture adorning the ancestral altar's east wall, your dedicated spirit, and the strong, fond memories we have of you, your essence will continue to reside here at your beloved current church that was completed over 50 years ago. Dear Shinko Sensei, we were greatly shocked and saddened by your unexpected passing on April 3rd, 1974. With heavy hearts, we sought comfort in our founder Konko Daijin's teaching that your Mitama spirit lives on forever. Your life reminds us of the precious treasures of the Konko faith. As a loving Mitama spirit, please continue to watch over all of us and this church so that it remains a safe haven for all people seeking a spiritual connection with Divine Parent Kami and like-minded people who feel welcome here, embrace the sense of community we offer, and feel our sincerity and heart of gratitude. Please accept the Kibinai sacred dance, candles, and flowers that your great-grandchildren have lovingly offered to you, and the sacred evergreen Tamaguchi branch offerings your dear family members and church representatives will offer to you on behalf of the entire congregation, as symbols of our true love and respect for you. May you continue to be with us each day, guiding our heart so we can live with sincerity and divine virtue, providing us with the courage and inspiration needed to overcome all challenges we face. On this auspicious occasion of your 50th year spiritual birthday, we renew our prayers for your eternal peace and happiness. Fukuda Shinko Sensei no Mitama no Kami, arigatou gozaimasu. Fukuda Shinko Sensei no Mitama no Kami, osewari narimasu. To the honorable and eternal virtues of the late Reverend Shinko Fukuda, with love and deep respect, we thank you very, very much. Arigatou gozaimasu.
Naore, as you were. Saishu Tamaguchi Holten, offering with the sacred Tamaguchi evergreen branch by the officiating ministers. A symbol of our sincere hearts offered to Reverend Shinko Fukuda for her 50th spiritual birthday by the officiating ministers. Officiating ministers, please turn to the altars. Ichido tomo ni haire. Offering of the sacred evergreen Tamaguchi branches by the Fukuda family and relatives. First group is the late Reverends Masanori and Aiko Oba family. Next group will be the late Michisuke and late Adi Fukuda family. Next group is the late Nobusuke and Fumi Fukuda family. Next group is the Saburo and Lucille Fukuda family. Next group will be the Hiroshi and Janice Fukuda family. Next group is the Koichi and late Mutsuko Fukuda family. Next group is the late Reverend Hiromichi and late Shizuko Kimura family. Next group is the late Reverend Takeo and Charlene Kimura family. Offering of the sacred Tamagotchi branches by the groups representing Konko churches in North America, Konko churches in Hawaii, and the community. The first group will be Konko Mission of Wahiawa, Reverend Yasuhiro Yano. With Konko Church of Toronto, Reverend Toshiko Kishi. Is Nona here too? She's here. Nona Ida from San Jose. From Sacramento, Jean Kalatse. Next group will be Spiritual Center of South San Francisco and Shinshin Gakudo, Miss Futaba Takashima and Jimmy Wilson. Representing Troop Impact 58, KYO Sunday School, Diego Fukuda, Tetsuya Lee, Michael Matsuno, and Mikio Sugai. And lastly, we have our Konko Church of San Francisco group of representatives, elders, Shinto Sodai, Board, and Believers Shintokai Group. Michael Matsuno, Shinto Sodai, Board, Eiji Ayabe, and Shintokai, Emi Tom and Dale Nakahara. Congregation, please rise and join in 4 sincere claps. Thank you. You may now be seated. Please turn to page 34 for the Reizen Haishi, page 34.
34ページ。遠く久しき雨土にまたなき命受けましてつそみのわいの長き短きほどほどにおいますすとめにいそしんたまいしとよのみとわとわに残りて世の石杖へ根ざしとい次語り伝えて仰ぎ祭らんくすしき絵にしこむりたまいしみたまの神たちは親神の御心かしこみてき神の道たどりたまい先の世までも持ちてゆかれ子孫までも残る神徳罪たまい厚きみつくしみこむらしめたまいてあるはかたじけなきことの極みにこそみしみたまの神たちの時にあとたたえ祭りつつ我が家の神我が神と持ちつき祭りてあるおみそなわし親神の神引き立てこむりたまいておのものみに立ちそわし人とあるよろずの技や待つことなく務めしめたまい信心の道迷わずしなわず末の末まで教え伝えてやのうち結びやわらぎ立ち栄えべく守り michi
Biki saki wa e tamma e mamori michi biki saki wa e tamma e. Next, we will have our presentation, and our presenters, Mr. Saburo Fukuda, will be giving reflections and a film documentary by Dr. Tim Yamamura. And he would like to introduce the presentation beforehand.
Let's stand up and take it. Stand up.
You might need to turn on the microphone as well. Oh, you okay? Okay, it's already on. Okay, great, thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Dr. Tim Yamamura, and I'm here with Saburo Fukuda. And we are delighted to have this opportunity to present to you a film that we have made together in honor of Reverend Shinko Fukuda. About a year ago, I was here at church after service downstairs in the social hall talking with Joanne Sensei and my auntie Emmy, and Emmy Tom, as you know, and telling them about the remarkable archive of digitized material that we have based on the historic film reels that were shot on Reverend Fukuda's camera broadly from 1930 to early 1960s, the early chapters of our church's history. And if you don't know, a few years ago in 2021, myself, Reverend Alan Matsui, and Hiroshi Shimizu discovered this case of historic film in church storage and digitized it. And in that collection is about 5.5 hours of historical material, more than could ever be used in one project alone. And this, I think, is truly exciting because it means that we, future generations of Konko members, will have this very rich historical archive to learn from, to work with, and to build upon. And so Joanne Sensei asked if there might be enough archival material to do something dedicated to Shinko Sensei. The reason being, and this was last year, that in the next year, right now, is Shinko Sensei's 50th spiritual birthday, and it would be perhaps an opportunity to do something special for her. And so I said I would investigate this, see what we have. And in the months to come, we learned, Joanne Sensei told me that Saburo agreed to collaborate, that he was going to write something and share it with the congregation about his mother. And Saburo wrote a very beautiful piece. And when the time came for us to put our respective work together, the archive I put together with Saburo's writing, we decided that it was best presented together in the form of a short documentary film that we are pleased to present to you today. It was a true pleasure to work with Saburo, and of course an honor to work with him on this film about his mother, who also happened to be such a remarkable person and such a significant person, not simply for our church community as one of its founders, but for every young person who grew up in Japantown in the post-war era, who, as we'll learn in the film, came to understand Konko Church as a second home. Well, it is Shinko who, along with Yoshiaki-san, Fukuda built this place that is a second home for so many of us to this day. And so Saburo will speak after the film, but without further ado, we are delighted to present Remembering Reverend Shinko Fukuda with Saburo Fukuda. I hope you enjoy the film.
Today, as we celebrate the life of my mother, Reverend Shinko Fukuda, I take a moment to reflect on the many accomplishments she achieved throughout her remarkable life. She was an exceptional wife, a devoted mother, a gracious hostess, an enthusiastic cheerleader, and above all, a deeply compassionate human being. She was born in Shizuoka, Mishima City, Japan in 1905. She was the eldest child of the 7 children of the Kimura family, devoted members of the Konko Church. In the early years, Shinko Kimura was the elementary school teacher facing the challenges of the deep world depression of the 1920s and 30s. In those trying times, she married Reverend Yoshiaki Fukuda, a Konko minister. In 1930, together they accepted the challenging assignment to start a Konko missionary in the United States in the city of San Francisco's Japantown. Reverend Yoshiaki Fukuda emerged as a born leader, seamlessly blending his innate charisma with his academic prowess in sociology from Tokyo Imperial University. He excelled in one-on-one mediation and delivered captivating sermons that became the heart of Sunday discussions within the community. The original church on Bush Street consistently overflowed with eager members every Sunday. When the congregation outgrew the first church, it acquired new property at 1909 Bush Street. With remarkable efficiency, they swiftly constructed a larger church. Every member, each with diverse skills, contributed harmoniously to the project, epitomizing unity and dedication. Despite the hardship of the times, the church thrived in the rapidly growing pre-war Japantown. The onset of World War II in 1942 led to the closure of the church, and the Japanese community were interned in concentration camps. In those difficult days, my mother was separated from my father. With the help of several church members, she courageously cared for her 7 children in Topaz Camp. Post-war, in 1947, the church was reestablished with my mother in the forefront of the day-to-day operations. She skillfully organized church events, food preparation, after-service musical shows, hosting visiting church members, and more. She was always recruiting volunteers. She coordinated communications with members through her countless telephone calls. The church kitchen was a bustling place where all were greeted with good food and friendship. Her warm hospitality and friendly manner left indelible memories for those who visited the church. She served as the chief ambassador, welcoming people with open arms. My mother demonstrated leadership and creativity by establishing a church that embraced people from all backgrounds. She was energetic, very effusive, and encouraging members to share their unique skills, which made the church a vibrant and lively community. I experienced firsthand how my mother welcomed my friends with open arms, always clapping and saying, "Come, eat, drink, play." They remember my mother fondly and often felt that the church was their second home. The church became the center of activities for the kids of the community, bustling with life daily. As a mother of 7 children, she was able to prioritize her time so that she could also care for our daily needs. She had a saying to us kids, "Don't forget that your body came from my body, so be grateful." I remember as a kid, my mother would share her aches and pains from her daily chores of the kitchen, laundry activities, and recruit me to massage her back and feet. Enduring numerous hardships, my mother believed in the Konko teaching of appreciation, gratitude, and thankfulness, viewing life's challenges as an opportunity for spiritual growth. They made us stronger, wiser, and humble. After the passing of my father, Reverend Yoshiaki Fukuda, in 1957, her strength and determination, coupled with the unwavering support of church members, empowered her to overcome the loss. Continuing her work, she went on to become the head minister of the church and led the congregation in the construction of the present church. One of my fondest memories of my mother is when she had to relocate from her residency at the old church due to the construction of the present church on Bush Street. She came to live with my family, and it felt like an opportunity for me to reciprocate the love and care she always gave me. In the late years of her life, she cherished intimate moments with her sons and grandchildren during numerous dinners which she cooked and the many birthdays she celebrated. Her joy was palpable whenever she was surrounded by her grandchildren. In closing, Reverend Shinko Fukuda was the perfect partner for Reverend Yoshiaki Fukuda, playing an integral role in accomplishing the mission to establish a Konko missionary in San Francisco. Today, we express gratitude for her mitama and the mitama of past church members. Their spirits continue to resound strongly in each of us.
I want to express my gratitude to Dr. Tim Yamamura for the countless hours he dedicated to create this documentary. His deep devotion to the Konko faith made this film especially meaningful. Tim's grandparents, who were instrumental in founding this church, has continued to resonate in our hearts. On a personal note, when Joanne Sensei asked me to speak at my mother's 50th memorial, I had to reflect on my past 89 years of life. I went deeply into my memories through old photos, letters, and newspapers. I gained an understanding of the blessing of Kami throughout my life. This reflection has heightened my appreciation for my parents and the numerous other people who have supported me and guided me. I thank you all for attending today. And again, thank you, Tim.
Thank you.
Next, we will have the head minister's greeting by Reverend Joanne Tolosa.
I have my own mic. So, now it's good afternoon, everyone. It just turned noon, and I want to thank Saburo. Where's Saburo? Oh, he's at the Kekai. Okay, Saburo and Dr. Tim, so much for this wonderful tribute to Shinko Sensei. Thank you again so much. It was so moving and such a divine arrangement that all this footage was found, and that Saburo accepted my request to give today's honoring speech presentation honoring Shinko Sensei. And thank you all so much for coming today. It turned out to be such a beautiful day, and I'm so glad that you all made it, especially people who came from far away. From the Oba family came, and we have so many Toronto Church and Yano Sensei, in even our local churches, Sacramento and from San Jose. Thank you so much for coming. We heard Saburo's perspective on his mom, and just in divine arrangement and timing, I received words of appreciation to Shinko Sensei from Reverend Amy Uzunoe-chin, who's the current Chief Administrative Minister of the Konko Churches of North America. And she's also one of the members of the Missionary Women's Society Seminar, which I'm a chairperson of. So I'd like to read it to find even more out about what a wonderful person Shinko Sensei is. Reverend Amy said, "I never met Reverend Shinko Fukuda, but I felt I got to know her a little bit more through the stories that I have heard from my parents. My mother, Michie Uzunoe Sensei, shared with me that she was a kind, conscientious person. She lived her life to the fullest, and she was a person who had a rich heart. Michie Sensei had met her only once, but told me that she would never forget it. When my mother and father, Reverend Nobuharu Uzunoe and Michie Sensei, were still living in Los Angeles, she went to San Francisco to meet Reverend Matsui, who was then the Chief Administrative Minister, to take a test to receive her minister's license. Shinko Sensei asked what she would like to eat for dinner, and she told Michie Sensei to request anything. My mother replied, "I really, really want to eat mashed potatoes." So Shinko Sensei was a bit surprised at her request, but Michie Sensei loves potatoes and had not eaten them for 4 months. So Shinko Sensei made a huge bowl of mashed potatoes. My mother was shocked at the size of the bowl and the amount of mashed potatoes, but she said she was so happy. She ate until her belly was very full and content. My father also remembers Shinko Sensei as a very kind and thoughtful person, and this next story is remembered and cherished by both of my parents. One day he had to travel to San Francisco to a minister's meeting. On the day he returned home, Shinko Sensei gifted him a large beef roast to take back with him, and they live in Portland, Oregon. She told him, "You and Michie Sensei must be having a hard time, but eat well." But eat well. Their first years at the Portland church were very hard financially, so both my parents were moved and very grateful to her for her thoughtfulness. Although I may not have met Shinko Sensei personally, my mother believes I did receive her virtue and kindness when she ate the roast beef. Why? At that time, she believes she was pregnant with me. Therefore, the roast beef that was gifted from Shinko Sensei also nourished me. Although I did not know her personally, I am truly grateful and in awe of how she touched and inspired many people with her faith and kindness. She was a Missionary Women's Society seminar pioneer who not only supported her husband and raised her children, but also a female minister who upheld the activities and propagation of the San Francisco church along with her husband. Like many ministers' wives, she was the foundation and pillar that supported her faith, the congregation, and the community. Thank you, Reverend Shinko Fukuda. We are all truly grateful to you. And that's by Amy Sensei. So we definitely see the legacy that Reverend Shinko Fukuda had carried down, and with the Obas family coming, with Saburo's speech, and Dr. Tim finding all the archival material and getting it updated. And I wanted to also share among the Fukudas that this wonderful invitation was made by Stephen Fukuda. Stephen, you want to stand up? Too shy. So Stephen made this. And then I'd like to acknowledge Allison Takada. Allison, she's the one who was the project manager for my request in asking the Fukuda clan to pick the selected teachings in your commemorative gift to make this calendar in memory of Shinko Sensei. So thank you so much, Allison. She did a wonderful job in in coordinating this. And thank you all. Thank you all for this. The Fukuda family, I don't know how you were able to whittle it down to 31 teachings. Also, a divine arrangement that I wanted to share is when I opened up this package, it was on teaching number 28. And so teaching 28, I think it's very meaningful. Your faith will grow deeper if you adjust your schedule to make attendance at the monthly service a priority. So it's nice that you are all here today, and I hope that you can, we have a monthly service to at least come once a month to pay your respects and appreciation to Kami-sama, and it's also our memorial service too for people who have spiritual birthdays in that certain month. So I was requested by the program committee to add that in. Okay, so let's see, going back to this. So yeah, there's so many wonderful people who have helped to make this day a success. And I wanted to also thank Kyle Matsumoto Birch. So today the kohaku, the manju that we'll be receiving, he generously donated that. So thank you, Kyle. Yeah. So soon we'll be going downstairs, and I think we all will have a nice time celebrating Shinko Sensei. we're not going to have any specific entertainment this time because we know that you all haven't seen each other for a long time and you all want to catch up with each other. So the focus is on our being together and connecting, and I think that's definitely what Shinko Sensei would want. So thank you very much.
Please turn to page 15 for the closing prayer. Page 15. Closing prayer. Dear Divine Parent of the Universe,
we are deeply grateful for the way of mediation. We offer heartfelt gratitude for your divine blessings, material and spiritual, temporal and eternal. We pray that your divine favor be granted to one and all, each and every day.
Solemn acknowledgement. Ichido haire. We will now take